nice and comfortable. In terms of what we're going to see, we know Mook.
Mook? Yes, that's a new one.
Yeah, Mook is definitely a new map. We can just
carry on, mate. Go.
Just let it happen, to be honest. Yep. So, in terms of what we can expect to see, a CT side of Nuke, a lot of opportunity for you to really try and get aggressive in certain portions of the map. Of course, you've got that B site now, the new revamped lower portion.
I'm not too sure about aggression on the CT side, especially on Nuke, because when you are the T side, there's so many tight choke points initially when you start off. You go through into lobby, you have the heart, such tight choke points, especially on the CT side. What the usual default is for the player that's playing A, goes up heaven, and he chucks a molly straight away. So that's why the CT economy is so important on Nuke. But if you do get aggressive, I said Nuke, not Nuke, mate. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that.
Giving you those eyes.
Nuke. Usually, if you see someone play aggressive, it's usually the AWPer.
Yeah. Or
towards ramp. For example, Magic's Boy on Dignitas, when he plays Nuke, he does get quite aggressive towards ramp. The reason being, easy angles. Usually, you don't usually have an AWP holding ramp, do you? That's why it's quite a good position to push. Also, clear vision into lobby. If you see no one in lobby, quite a low chance they're going to be attacking from hut and through squeaky door. That way you can rotate back towards heaven and hold off A main. But anyway, enough about that. We're into the pistol. And FM winning that knife might make a big difference here. Actually quite smart. Well, I wouldn't say smart. That's $200 there, $200 there, gone. Just to blow that squeaky door right out and chucks that smoke towards A main, trying to hold off any information. But the problem is, he doesn't quite get to go to vents. And this is the problem now, Jake. I said Jake him again. MCK. He's going to be pushing through decon. Can he find the frag? Yes, he can. Pulse falls, but it's going to be Neil Jr. through the vent. Finds one. Dream trades off Stanley. Robin, though, gets the kill onto Dream. Answers back immediately. Now Robin battling with MCK and wins it. And now Roma, look at where he is. This is impossible because Neil Jr. has the kill. So, Jacob right there, dying from Squeaker, not going down the vent makes all the difference. If Neil Jr. didn't find that frag on the player planting, we could have been seeing a very different round and a very different game because that T-pistol is so crucial.
Yeah, certainly can agree with you, though I wasn't quite sure what you were getting when it came down to names. I thought you were just meaning literally, a slight mishap. I've just noticed the tag. That makes it a little bit more confusing, and I can really see what you're getting
How many players actually are using that JCAM CSGO tag?
Janko and Stanley.
Oh yeah, so the players on FM have JCAM CSGO next to their name, so I keep calling them JCAM.
Everyone can be called JCAM at this point. Everyone can have an identity change. 7 JCAMs in server.
You know you've got boasters, boasties.
Yeah.
What would JCAMs be?
I'm not a very creative person, it seems.
Yeah, I'm thinking as well. I can't really think of too much. Tweet us at @SnodCSGO. Got to get the plug in as well, lads. Tweet me what JCAM's crew would be.
I think JCAM CSGO is not necessarily the most original thing, so there's got to be something out there.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking, there's not really too much that goes with it.
And plus, Boaster's got his business card, so that's
Jenko's Junkies.
It's going to be at least one thing for certain. A mop-up coming from the CT side. Quick frags from them. JCAM is going to tap one away, the real JCAM. Finds the frag on towards Jenko, but nonetheless, it is going to be a nice and easy one for
Dreams,
FM
dudes.
2-0.
Robins. What would Robins be?
I'm trying to think, but I can't come on anything with an R that makes sense. You know what? Again, it rolls back to that.
The bomb did go down in the first round. Bomb did go down in the first round. So right now, CAZ have the rifles. The problem is though, so do FM. SMGs though on Stanley and Pulse, but right now it's going to be the player that's hidden outside. Neil Jimmy facing from M8. Does win the duel. No, he doesn't. MCK finds the first. Now Jacob, they've seen him. They saw him go into there. I called him Jacob again. It's Jenko.
You know what? Look at the kill feed. That's what I'm doing. Yeah,
I'm looking at.
Look at the kill feed.
I'm looking at the nameplate, and the nameplate. The first thing I see is Jacob.
Just a PSA to all players out there: if you're going to play an event, please set your names appropriately, and also remove team tags. Makes life a lot easier. Of course, looking back at the freshly faced gun round, it is going to be a 5v3. A lot of HP damage to be inflicted on towards Aussie and MCK, 37 and 14 respectively. But now there's a very clear but, because the T-side, they haven't really got themselves set up too far, so they will have to make a push eventually, which could lead to FM getting those trades, albeit late trades at that. But it's still an opportunity nonetheless, as Jacob is going to worm his way into that room. Robin, of course, just bouncing around the place a fair bit, and it's got to be said, it's a bit of a 50-50 coin toss, to be honest, in terms of actually if they get the picks, because CAZ, they could just go and get a quick entry here and then shut them down, which, as much as Pulse has an opportunity, he makes a complete nut mess. Robin just going to hit the deck, and, well...
Yeah, standing out towards vent. Probably just going to save this UMP, and...
I mean, I don't fancy his odds at getting much done here, so I think saving probably a smart call.
Yeah, 1 versus 5. To be fair though, look at the HP on
Aussie and Roma.
Aussie, the Cuckoo land. I believe it is. Cuckoo.
That's become a bit of a thing recently.
Yeah, but anyway, FM losing this round, so 2-1. Early, first buy round, sorry, going in favor of CAZ, and that's so important on your T side. Try and get rolling, diminish the CT economy, take control of it, and abuse it, because it's so important for the CTs to have the nades and utility. Especially when you're playing outside as well.
For sure.
Oof, almost lost my breath there. Anyway. AWPs, smokes, flashes, Molotovs, so important on your CT side. And when you are losing these rounds and not getting them in a row, your economy isn't going to be looking too strong. But Pulse can drop an AWP. Stanley can drop an M4. Do they buy? Yes, they do. Will Pulse give the AWP to Jenko? Yes, he will. So Jenko plays outside. Didn't end up buying 2 flashes, though. Has 400 to save. Does he throw the smoke early? No, he doesn't. So he's just going to hold this angle now. What you'll see some AWPers do, Cajun B, Kenny S, they'll throw a smoke tool exactly where Jenko's holding. And that means the players that you see here jumping, it gives away no information to the T's. That's actually quite good. But anyway, Jenko opting to save that smoke and actually plucks Roma straight out of the sky. He falls, and that's the 1-man lead for FM.
Not only that, he actually gets the information that there's a player up on towards rafters, which is so much for him to now work with in terms of repeat potential and really open things up, of course, as we can see. Jacob is going to just begin to worm his way back around now up towards that ladder, and a very undecided CAZ in terms of how they want to approach this round, right?
Yep.
They're still spread towards outside, but they keep on moving backwards, just kind of a bit all over the place, moving back in towards the ladder and towards the inner portions of potentially an A-site push. But again, no really clear signs. Would like to see an outside push if they do the smokes appropriately. Aussie, of course, we can see him beginning to line one up. Secret, a very valiant target if you can get it done.
Neil Zunior, though.
But there's always a gatekeeper. Neil Zunior, of course, in this case, it's going to be him. Afanis, it's actually pretty good at this close range.
He jumped, spotted that player, and that's so important as well. Gives away a lot of information to the CTs. The problem is, though, CAZ can't find that frag, and now Pulse holding a nice angle there towards A main, so he knows if it's going to be A. Standing now towards heaven, sprays down one player. Pulse jumps in as well, gets himself a kill. Stanley finds his second for the round. And now it's
a cliffhanger ending, to be fair.
Yeah. Do you think he's going to win it?
Again, not really going to fancy my odds on this. It's a 1v4. He's pushing into an angle that is going to be held.
You know, I wanted you to say yes, or I can just say cuckoo, mate. You're crazy. But anyway, Aussie finds the first. Not too much to come about of it, as obviously he does only have 9 seconds.
Yeah, just going to be running out of time. And well,
yeah.
I mean, why not spray on away? Just add a bit of gunfire to the end of the round. But nonetheless, theatrics aside, it is still the same result. FM, they get themselves to 3. They keep on pushing ahead, a 2-round difference now for them. Their economy really starting to even out somewhat. CAZ, they aren't just going to let it happen quietly. They get to, of course, get themselves up on the forefront as well. 5 flat AK-47s for them.
Yep.
And the utility. So by all means, not an equal round where...
Well, they know where Jenko's AWPing as well. That caught, that caught Roma off guard last round. And now it's such an easy smoke as well to smoke off Garage. And usually hold off that AWPer. Smokes and utility thrown towards outside, and I believe our observer thought that player was the player on A. But anyway, I laugh about observing on Nuke. Jenko here playing...
No shade at all.
just playing outside of Garage. Ooh, that's a shot.
2 HP. Gets away just by the skin of his teeth at that point, ever so low. But still away nonetheless, as it is going to be for the most part CAZ themselves delved down into a Secret. Nilzinho is still an ever so mentioned gatekeeper of the past, going for the shoulder peek. Now has the information, drops down at the Penta Smoke, spraying right on through it. Great work coming out from him, and that nets him not only a pick, but information to work with for the rest of his team, as Robin gets another, keeps on pushing forward for the CT side. As Jacob and Aussie, they've already fallen. How far are FM willing to go? Dream still going to be holding this angle, Smoke still ever so present. Jacob, or in this case Stanley should we say, is sitting out outside and dropped in CK dead, and bit by bit, CAZ, they find themselves well and truly dismantled. Dream is going to find one, but arguably just a commiseration frag at this point as he sits over towards the side event, an opportunity to be made in terms of does he want to hit towards tunnels or vent as mentioned, and gets that pick on towards Pulse, brings it back up to 1v3, but there you have it. There, yet again, is the Kerple.
So many 1v1s there going in favour of FM. Nilzinho with that spray through the smoke, very well played there. He expected that player to keep pushing even though the smoke fell down. And he was correct as he found the first frag for FM, and then that 1 versus 1 Robin jumping down off hut to peek into hut and made it a 3 versus 5. If he had died there, that would have opened up the A bomb site for CAZ, but unfortunate scenes there as now Jenko will face with the AWP again. Bit unnecessary there, but when you look at the utility and the buy coming from CAZ, there's not really too much they can do going into this round, and now Neil should be able to mow them down as they push. It's going to be Stanley now holding it off angles, breaks down 2-3. Nice and easy there for him.
You know, the Christmas overall for FM as they get granted around and fairly easy succession. Just keep on building them up, as we say, but we will come back to the same old point, which is that CAZ, they aren't just going to let it happen. They keep on they keep on fighting the good fight, I think is the most appropriate way to describe it. And with that, it's the same weaponry for them as well. 5 flat rifles, and it's yet again the utility. What changes?
I didn't quite catch exactly what you said there, to be fair, mate.
Not gonna lie. Bit disappointing, but it's basically coming down to the same point. CAZ are almost an identical round in terms of what they can bring to the table.
Okay.
What can change?
Smoke's coming out now, holding off the AWP. The problem is they catch Jenko off, and he's not that lucky again. 2 HP the last time, but this time 0 HP. As MCK plucks him right out of the sky as he tries to jump and hop away, but like a fox to a bunny, plucks him as he's trying to bunny hop away. Anyway, enough of that.
Okay.
I was trying to do something bunny hopping, but anyway.
You tried.
Yeah.
Yep. T-side. Going to be able to push over towards Secret. That was a dangerous point in the past. It's going to be an iffy bit of damage from that frag grenade. Neil Jr. has got to keep his life intact. He needs a lot of value from this position. But you know what? Push, it may begin, but we're not quite going to get to see that just yet as the flash is going to go off. But CAZ, they're somewhat delaying it until a double peek comes on out. Neil is going to pry away from the first. Not quite able to get the second, but Robin over towards Vent. Kicks off a bit of fuss. Finds a double kill for himself. Jacob, he's going to be the mediating factor as MCK snaps on through and connects his life on towards Robin. Oof, second as well on towards Neil, still getting a bit of raining fire from Polster, and that will be enough to seal the deal and close things out, but damn, a very close round nonetheless.
Nozino, they're peeking outside those double doors, flashes for himself and peeks and finds that frag. The most important frag there was the 4 vs 4. If he had died there, it would have been opening up that B-bomb site. Robin would have been a bit later on that rotate as well because Nozino held them off. 5 rounds apiece now. FM 6, CAZ on 1. Jenko holding that same angle. Will he find another frag? Yes, he will.
Solid start from the CT side. Looking to really just keep up the adaptation as well. Of course, we did mention something that was pretty damn important in terms of almost the repetition coming out from the side of them, in terms of how they're holding outside. So that has to be something that's changing. Of course, damage is just that. Ooh. It's damage. Molotov is going to at least play potentially a bit of a factor.
Teammate as well. Kobe there for Robin. I'll take down that player, but MCK with the Eagle trying to spam it away, but Stanley finds him and sprays him down with that AK. Nice and easy. Now the buy comes out for the T side. What will we see change? Will dream of the AWP, 5.7k. Yes, he will. The problem is, though, he needs the flashes and the smokes coming out for him from his team. Smoke off Garage. Flash over. Have him peek Jenko. They need to find that early frag on the player outside, because once you kill the player outside, it allows you to go A main towards A or go secret towards B. And that opens up a lot of opportunities there, but so far, not too much to come out of it. I mentioned before, that player Heaven, it's going to be Pulse this time that chucks the one into hut, holds off any early aggression. And that means that Jacob can now smoke off A main. Try and scale it, but Robin's pushed up, and he's actually going to catch Jacob there off guard as he runs with his back turned. MCK outside. It's not an AWP, but this rifle could work if you can catch Jenko off guard, and actually, yes, he will. Jenko falls. Ozzy there spots out Stanley. Stanley doesn't quite win that because he's not expecting those players on rafters already, and now finds a second frag onto Pulse. So we could be seeing 7-2 here, unless Robin can go huge. Finds the actually find that kill, sprays him down, and out game on the repeat gets killed by Robin. He finds another one and a third! Oh my, MCK all alone now. Can he find this frag? Actually, Neil's into there whiffing that spray. But he shall retreat.
I'm sure people are going to be retweeting that play.
I doubt it, to be fair. It's not really that funny, but anyway.
Not quite what I was getting at. But nonetheless, it has to be said, we were almost kind of hesitant if Robin will come up trumps and we'll get away with it. Doesn't quite get the first pick, but the double spray, huge value to it overall, and closing out with a 4k in the round for him overall, so great work from him as an individual. And more than likely, unless MCK can go absolutely huge, just going to seal the deal, but there's 25 seconds, let's not get ahead of ourselves, especially with just how close Neil is. Who's going to win this face? So is MCK get a peek on round, but the frag is going to be found, a headshot for him. There is the ace.
We'll be seeing that on the playoffs in the highlight video. That was a very, very, very well played by Robin there. I mentioned it's probably going to be a 7-2 unless Robin steps up. Does exactly that. Dream refacing with the AWP. Gets sprayed down along with his teammate as Robin finds 2 there. Nice kill towards A main. That seals the deal. That 2 vs 1 does not go in favour of Ozzy. 7 rounds separating these two teams. If FM win this game, they shall be seeded first and they shall play CX unless something happens just a little bit later. But anyway, it's going to be the tag going in favor of Stanley.
Yeah, yet again, just the same old start and a positive one at that for FM. 8-1 is a scoreline, don't forget. But then you have to throw into the mix that tag. Well, no better way to kick off a show that, well, at this point, already hitting the middle portions, perhaps even the beginning of the end. As 8-1, that is a landslide. And at this point, something that's just going to keep on rolling until CAZ can eventually make it stop.
Not to interrupt you, but it's not too bad. 8-1 looks awful if you took it at face value at any other map. The problem is on Nuke, it's not the end of the world. You still have 5 more rounds to play with. 11-4, even 11-4 you can work with.
That's if they can get there, though. That's really the big point right now.
Big if, but at the same time, they still have 5 rounds left. They need to win 3 of those if they want to take this.
Well, cross your fingers. Let's hope, and well, at least in terms of what we can expect to see right now, coming down to 50 seconds. Jacob beginning to worm his way back through in towards Secret, this time all alone. So I've got a lot of work to do as an individual there. Remote taking the fight in towards top, pushing on out, looking for the header. Robin will connect it, but it is going to be the quick trade beam out from Neil. Pulse towards upper. A double strike, a triple for him. MCK going to find one of his own, but it's not quite enough. You talk about them getting 3 more. Well, at this point, they are just consistently getting battered on away. You say getting these rounds, and by all means, I agree with you, but where is the hope? I'm just not quite feeling it.
I mentioned 8-1 isn't the end of the world because on Nuke, all you need is 4 rounds on your T side. You can work from that. Problem is, though, you need 4 rounds to start off with, and right now it's CAZ on 1, FM on 9, and you look at their money as well. They have the double lock set up, and they can afford it because their money is booming. Jenko holding the same angle, trying to see if anyone will jump spot him, but unfortunate scenes for him as no one does, and now he's holding off towards. He spots the players off, but doesn't quite connect the shot. Whiffs again, and now they're free to go towards Heaven and towards the A site. Who are they testing? I believe it's going to be Robin now jumping on this yellow thing. I'm not too sure what to call it, but anyway, space down 1. Can he get the second one? Yes, he can. Ooh, that was a crispy play there. Whiffs from Jenko, but solid shots there from Robin.
It has to be said, Robin has done the exact same play before.
What is that yellow beam? Should we call it beam?
We'll call it beam.
Beam. Yeah, there you go.
We have to refresh our calls before this map, so I'm not quite sure why you're leaning on me for calls, to be honest. Nuke is a map where everything is, you know, that's a tub right there. That's a ladder. That's a fence. That's the calls of Nuke right there. There you go. Blue container.
We can call things by colours now.
Yeah, you just gotta call it by colour. Let's go the train way. I honestly wish we had the numbers back for train.
Looking at yellow right now. Roma as well, peeking towards orange. Not too much to come about of it. Still holding towards orange. I think their Dream slowly pushing this orange area, and actually seeing quite cream colour. Sees Jacob behind that blue sky and plucks him right out of it. That's going to be the first frag going in favour of FM once again. And now 4 of these T players have no map control. Look at them all bunched up. There might be more down by one of the players around here. Stanley is up to him. Doesn't quite connect the shot though, and now he shall fall back, throws the flash there. Goes back towards Heaven. Oh, this is such a good angle to hold, and now Neilzinho spots the players. Can he get them walking to a scope? Changes his angle. Still battling, can he get it? I'm not too sure what's happening right now, but it's going to be Rover to jump in and find the frag to Neilzinho. MCK pushing again. Can he find any more frags for his side? Yes, he can. CAZ have a 1-man lead. It's going to be thrown away as Pulse sprays him down.
Well, that was just painful to watch, dragging a Messel along the floor at this point. His Dream is going to try and make this one work. The flash is going to go off. Pulse to claim just yet again another 5 HP on Ozzy, right on the brink of death. He's going to at least try and make things work, but he doesn't get the kill on towards Jenko. That's another life left standing. Yes, they're so low. Roma going to try and bring things back, but they're both in the same spot. They're going to push on into the AWP. Jenko, he's going to land it, whips out the tech line, turns back around, and FM, they take the round, and that round was just uncomfortable to watch.
Imagine if FM didn't get the first frag once again. It feels like CAZ are constantly at a man disadvantage. Imagine if that was a 5 versus 5, it would have been a 3 versus 5 because the 2 early frags on that B-bomb site went in favour of CAZ. But the problem is, they've already suffered so much loss early on into the round, so it doesn't really net them too much. But anyway, 11-1 now. CAZ, they're going to need to step up and find the remaining rounds if they want any chance of winning this one. Well, can be smokes and flashes going out. Towards outside, they're going to go for the pass. The main player is Pulse holding the line. Robin as well has his teammates back and takes down Pulse. Jenko pushing that garage area, finds the frag. Here's him jump down. Doesn't quite connect the no scope though. It's going to be Dream to win that one. And now he's on his gun. No, he's not. Where's the gun? There it is. Now he's on his gun. Got the AWP in his hand. Jumps through, but Stanley flicks him to his death.
CAZ are testing every single player of FM consistently over and over again. but it's the same prodding points. Nothing is working. FM are pretty much at this point a warm knife slicing right through butter. This is easy for them.
Yeah.
12-1. You talk about those 4 rounds, but I mean, even getting to a 12-3 at this point seems like a scraping because these rounds have not been close. There have been a couple. Yes, I'll give you that. There have been a couple that make you think, okay, maybe there's light at the end of the tunnel. But even then, just you look at the consistency of those rounds, it's just not quite enough.
Wow, for once it's going to be Jacob finding the... Well, sounds a bit BM, doesn't it? For once, Jacob finding the frag. But for once, it's CAZ with the one-man lead. But I take that back because Jenko equalizes those numbers. And can he diminish the attack of the T side? No, he can't because Jacob finds the second frag for him this round. And now, for once, we're seeing the man advantage in favor of CAZ. But can they capitalize off it? Or will they die one by one?
As soon as I've got to say, like the push from Jacob as he makes it work with a second pick for him in that round, totaling up to 3 at this point as he captures off Nilzinho, and pretty much comes down to the way he maneuvers himself around this round that makes this on the cards for CAZ. Of course, he's going to be caught from behind, MCK just adding on another, and CAZ right on the cusp of getting themselves a second, so can't knock them at all for that. As Robin is the last man remaining in a 1v4, the bomb is going to go down, so it's going to tick on away, and now the value for him saving not really going to be too up there, as I imagine they have a lot of money. I think that's not even going to be...
Let's take a look at the money if we can, please. Observer, I'm sure you're having a great time currently on Luke. John, mate, please put the numbers of the... There we go. 5.5k, Robin. Yeah, they're fine.
I don't think we really need to look at the scoreboard, though, to know that a team who are 12-1 scoreline have money.
Fairly close rounds, though.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for me in that round that stung out was the fact that for the first time in a little while, Jacob actually went for a big along-the-round flank, which netted that first pick, which netted them to actually snowball out of control with these trades, because FM didn't have the flanks that they've been utilizing to actually catch them off guard.
Managed to sneak in through that ramp area.
Yeah.
I find that frag. But 12-2 now. The auto sniper coming from Stanley towards ramp, and that's going to be a major deal breaker, because obviously we've seen him there with the AWP, he's been whiffing those shots. And now with the Das Auto, can he hold the line, just mow them down, pushing that ramp area, or will they opt to go somewhere else? But looking at the map right now, it's going to be the T's heading towards ramp, but Stanley's not ready for it. I'll take that back as he is, because even though those T players got there first, doesn't make a big enough difference, because Stanley, he's got the auto sniper and changing his position. Actually falls off the angle, but it doesn't matter because he's double scoped in. And he's double tap Dream. Robin as well finds Jacob MCK in the clutch.
Yeah, looking almost a bit rough. A 1v4, of course. Auto sniper looking to take this one all the way with a 4K. Robin is the man to actually hold the angle that MCK is going to be facing. But even then, is he actually going to go for it as he turns back towards Pulse? Catches his head, but not quite going to happen either way, as Robin is going to come in from behind. The trade will be found as expected, and 13-2.
CAZ right now, they're going to need 14 rounds. They need to go 14-1 right now if they want to keep their first place in the playoffs, in the first seed, sorry, going into those matches on the weekend. What time does it start? 3 PM on Saturday, I believe.
I believe it's 3 PM.
We'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah.
3 PM on Saturday.
I mean, we're going to be here, but when we're actually here, apparently, we don't even know ourselves, so it will happen.
Just waiting for that Skype message.
Yeah, pretty much.
Roma fell off his hairline. Oh my. Anyway.
That's, gotta love it. But
the BM coming in chat from the players. But anyway.
I mean, the pistol round, let's talk about that, because that is what we're looking for, right? If the pistol round goes in favor of FM, then CAZ are playing for a force-up in terms of actually getting that round in return, but that feels like even a scraping. So the pistol round really is the prime spot for them. If CAZ can get a pistol, that's where something could work.
Yeah, watching pistol rounds from pro teams, from demos, a lot of them do tend to go towards A. G2, they'll have Smiths by his nades. He'll do. You saw that smoke that Jacob threw earlier where Robin caught him off guard when he pushed in hut?
Yep.
Throw that smoke, throw a flashbang, have a P250 to try and challenge that player on heaven. Push out that way, smoke off their main, nice and easy. Because we saw Jacob do before, we actually used an HG grenade to blow that door off its hinges and then smoke it that way. But we're not going to be saying anything here because it's going to be... We could open and a slow play comes up. That's a nice fadeaway shot there from Stanley. And no Aussie on the B bomb site.
Them doing the job so far as they begin to ball away out and towards the A side. Just another pick to be added on as Jenko takes down Dream, and bit by bit, the CT side being dismantled, already left on 3 players. Jacob knocks down a 60-63, pried out of the site, forced into the outside areas, left in the cold, trying to find his raincoat, and can't even do that as he's caught searching around the ground. Stanley going to punish on Aussie, and Well, they don't even need to look through smoke at this point. This is just looking like a complete and utter bloodbath. Roma's going to find one, but Jenko quick to trade things back. 14-2. As Hugo would say, this is the zinc lining.
The zinc lining?
CAZ, they're playing for a 4-sub.
Well, enough about chemistry. And more
got that.
to the point of team chemistry, because right now it's definitely showing in favor of FM eSports, because their T side, their T pistol even, looking very, very promising. Nice aim there from Stanley and Jenko, netting them the second pistol. Anyway, going to be early frags going in favor of both teams. 4 versus 4, but it's going to be Neil Zenio to make the numbers go in favor of his team. FM find the frag. It's going to be CAZ's dream to try and trade it out, but unfortunately, there's still the man down. And Jay came in the 1 versus 3 with the Deagle.
Running out of the numbers nice and quickly. As CAZ are going to be left to play for it all. This is it. This is why they have to put it in. Of course, we would have hoped that it doesn't really add too much, but this is where they pretty much
you're
the final front. Yeah.
You're hyping not really too much here, mate, because I don't think
there's pistols. They got scouts. Like this is not. This is yet again another
13 rounds
deep dark pit
in a row on a CT side is doable on Nuke, obviously. Is it doable in this game though? No.
Yeah, that's the thing. We've seen it. We have seen it in the past, but it's not going to happen in this professional. Well, we've seen it in professional matches, but I just don't think it's going to happen in this one at least. Stanley is going to push on through, and we can muck up our words, but what's there to say really? Just let it happen at this point. Unfortunately, CAZ, nothing has quite worked out for them. Not able to get a pick in this one. Already a player just dropping out of the server. Roma Dream and NCK, the last 3 remaining.
He instantly left as well.
Yeah. Pulse is going to push on through.
That's GG.
Claims the life of Roma, and he's just scouting for the Eagle. And well, there you have it. We'll talk about just letting it happen. FM, they do claim that first seed. They get themselves to 2-0.
They do exactly that. So, FM 16-2 CAZ on this map. I believe it was 16-11. Yeah, it was 16-11 on the previous map as well. First best of 2 of the day, going in favor of FM as they do 2-0 CAZ, and that puts them at the #1 spot. And they shall be playing versus CEX or potentially CAZ.